What's going on, Wrestling family? Welcome back to Hear These Thoughts. So, I want to talk to you guys about a particular storyline, a potential storyline at that, keyword potential, that no one has talked about, that WWE has been slowly building little by little as the weeks have been going on, and it is the storyline of Tama Tonga's quest for the United States Championship. Now, I think that part isn't the most interesting part of all of it, but I believe they have been planting seeds to suggest that Tama Tonga could eventually turn babyface and depart from the MFTs. And I think if they do this right, I think it could be very interesting leading into WrestleMania. So before I give you my points, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get into the conversation. Now, I want to start off by saying this. I do understand why nobody talks about it. It's not because it's anything special. Based upon how they've been booking the MFTs, there really isn't a reason for most people to care about anyone in that faction unless you follow them on their independent careers, because the way that they've been booking them, it has not been that great. It has not been that great. But despite of all the garbage that we've been presented with, I think there is a diamond in the rough here with what they could be doing with Tama Tonga. So the U.S. Championship part is pretty obvious. We've seen what he did when Ilya Dragunov was the U.S. champion before Ilya lost the title to Carmelo Hayes. Every opportunity that Tama Tonga had to pop up backstage, to harass Ilya Dragunov, to stalk him, to laugh in his face, to pick up his title and, just suggest that he wants it, I think that made it abundantly clear. But I think the most interesting thing about that is two things. Number one, Tama Tonga chasing after the U.S. Championship, we got to remember who used to have that title in their faction. That's right, Solo Sikoa. And Solo Sikoa is pretty much the same person as Finn Balor right now, right? In the sense that if they see anyone else winning a title in their faction that does not involve them, they will crash out, they will get jealous, they will get angry. So once Solo Sikoa realizes that Tama Tonga is going after his old title, it's about to get crazy. And also, think about this. Tama Tonga is the only person in the MFTs that is getting his own storyline that does not require or involve the rest of the MFTs, right? Think about this the whole feud that he had going on with Shinsuke Nakamura, right? The entire time that they've talked backstage or outside or wherever, it has always been separated from the MFTs. There was one point in time where Solo Sikoa walked in on the locker room with them talking, and when he asked them what was going on, Tama Tonga downplayed it like it was nothing. So that suggests that Tama Tonga is hiding something from Solo Sikoa, something that he wants separate from Solo Sikoa. And the conversations that Shinsuke and Tama has had have been, it's been aggressive things in there, but for the most part, it has been pretty interesting. And there was a conversation they had outside after Tama Tonga became a tag team champion recently, where Shinsuke basically said, we'll see how much of a family he really is, but he said it in Japanese. There have been gems dropped in that in Japanese. Now, I'm going to believe that's what he said because I use Google Translate, and that's literally what they said he said. So it suggests that Shinsuke is kind of planting seeds in Tama Tonga's head, suggesting that he got to watch out for Solo Sikoa. And as I said, Tama Tonga is keeping secrets from Solo on purpose. Now, I don't think that them having him beat Shinsuke one-on-one is an accident. I think they did that on purpose to showcase him. I don't think it's an accident to have Tama Tonga do the pin for him and Solo Sikoa to become tag team champions. I don't even think it's an accident for it to be those two to be in that tag team match. I think it's on purpose to highlight the two members that are going to be involved in this bigger storyline. But I think what's going to happen is Solo Sikoa is like, okay, we need to win as many championships for this family. This is what it's for, right? But Tama Tonga at some point is going to be like, okay, I got you guys the tag team championships. Can I do something for myself? I got to think about myself. And then you're going to see Solo Sikoa starting to green light and starting to manipulate the other members of the group to eventually turn on Tama Tonga. And that's going to make him turn babyface. I believe that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm not in the writing room. But if they do that, it'll be so good for him. And I think eventually if they bring back the Gorillas of Destiny, because before Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa came to WWE, I waited over a decade for them to show up there. And if they get together, become the Gorillas of Destiny, they can somehow have a tag team match against the Usos, I would absolutely love it, because that was always one of my dream matches probably over 10, 15 years ago. But I think at this point, if they do it right, they could be building something interesting, something that's going to benefit Tama Tonga, bro. Dang, it's too many T's. Tonga. I think it could be something that could benefit. Or is it a possibility that Tama Tonga could lead the charge to have the MFTs turn on Solo Sikoa. Either way, I think there's some interesting storylines that could potentially come out of this if they do it right. It looks like they're headed in that direction, but which way they'll go, I really don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to this. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you think that WWE is hinting at this stuff, or do you think I'm being delusional? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Salute, peace, have a great day.